Your person is currently experiencing a lot of internal turmoil, struggling with powerful emotions that are overwhelming them. They are acutely aware that you've had enough of their inconsistent behavior, and this realization is driving them to the edge. The connection you once had, which they took for granted, is now slipping through their fingers as you shift your focus towards your career and personal growth. This change in your attention has deeply unsettled them, as they've always felt a sense of ownership over you. From the start, their possessiveness was clear. They tried to control various aspects of your life, thinking it would bring you closer to them. However, rather than creating security and ease in your relationship, their attempts at control only made you feel suffocated. The tighter they tried to hold on, the more trapped you felt. This created a dynamic where the relationship became a source of stress, not comfort or support. Now, your person feels intense regret for how they treated you. They feel so bad about their actions that they frequently become angry with themselves. They now see that their efforts to control you were misguided and hurtful, and the realization of this is causing them significant pain. The love you gave them, unconditional and rare, is something they mourn now that it's slipping away. As you focus on your growth and career, they feel an overwhelming emptiness in their life. There's no one who can take your place, offering the same depth of love and understanding that you did. The silence between you two is particularly agonizing for them. It's not just a lack of communication, it's a constant reminder of their failures and the possible finality of your departure. This silence amplifies their insecurities and fears. They are terrified that if they don't act soon to repair things, you will move on for good. This fear is pushing them into a state of anxiety and self-blame. They're also grappling with the realization that their attempts to keep you close actually drove you away. The very actions they took to maintain control are what pushed you farther from them. This irony isn't lost on them, and it only adds to their frustration and sorrow. The possessiveness that once seemed protective now looks like a destructive force that ruined the foundation of your relationship. Through this period of reflection, they are starting to understand the true value of the bond they had with you. They now recognize that a relationship built on control and possessiveness cannot last, and that true love should allow for freedom and growth, not restrict it. They are realizing that their happiness shouldn't come at the cost of your well-being, and that mutual respect is the foundation for any successful relationship. This intense period of self-reflection and the painful silence between you both have led them to a significant realization. They are no longer afraid to leave everything behind to win you back. The fear of losing you forever has become greater than any other fear they had. They're ready to face their mistakes, change their behavior, and do whatever it takes to rebuild your relationship on healthier terms. They are prepared to approach you, not with the same old patterns, but with a commitment to creating a new dynamic based on mutual respect, love, and freedom. Their journey has been one of profound realization and emotional upheaval. They are resolutely committed to making things right and demonstrating their ability to change. They recognize that mere words will not suffice, and their actions must reflect their newfound respect and understanding for you. This is their promise as they prepare to return to you, eager to cherish the connection with renewed gratitude and a dedication to supporting your personal growth, while also nurturing the bond you share. Their hope is that you will see this transformation and offer them another chance to prove their love in a way that elevates and empowers both of you. They are ready to set aside everything to focus on rebuilding what was lost, with the sincere intention of creating a future together that is stronger and more harmonious. There is a powerful emotional pull towards you, as you are the only one with whom they truly feel romantically in love. This feeling is undeniable and something they cannot simply dismiss or ignore. It has become a truth they must confront. For a long time, they tried to suppress these emotions, burying them deep within, but it has become impossible to do so. Not expressing their true feelings is causing them more pain and turmoil than they ever anticipated. Life without you has been unbearable, a constant torment they can no longer endure. They now recognize that they were the one who pushed you away, creating a distance between you and making you believe what you shared was just an illusion, when in fact, they always knew it was anything but that. They have always understood the profound connection you share, a bond that transcends the physical and touches the very core of who you are. Despite their attempts to deny it, the bond you have is real and meaningful. There are moments when they feel overwhelmed by the depth of their emotions for you, and the desire to be with you becomes almost too intense to manage. It feels as though every part of them yearns for your presence. The intensity of these feelings sometimes scares them, as it feels so powerful and uncontrollable. They find themselves triggered by you, whether it's a word, a glance, or a memory, yet paradoxically, they also feel a deep sense of comfort and safety when they are with you. You possess a unique ability to make them feel secure, even amid the chaos of their emotions. After walking away from you, it feels as though their soul is crying out for your love. The separation has been excruciating, a constant reminder of what has been lost. A part of them is missing, and peace cannot be found without you. This journey, this path they are on, has not been easy for them either. It's filled with ups and downs, moments of happiness, and moments of deep despair. There are times when the thought of you brings a sense of joy and fulfillment, like a beacon of hope lighting up their darkest days. Your presence in their life has brought out the best in them, encouraging them to strive for more and become a better version of themselves. In those moments, they feel a profound sense of gratitude and love. You inspire them in ways they never imagined, pushing them to pursue their dreams and believe in the beauty of the connection between you. However, there are also times when these feelings trigger deep fears and insecurities within them. The intensity of their emotions can sometimes overwhelm them, causing reactions they are not proud of. It's a constant battle between the light and dark within, a struggle to maintain balance. This love, though beautiful, also stirs up their deepest anxieties and fears. They acknowledge that they have made mistakes and have hurt you by pushing you away, for which they are deeply sorry. Their actions were driven by fear and confusion, not a lack of love. In fact, it is because they love you so much that they reacted the way they did. The thought of losing you and being vulnerable was too much to bear. But now, they realize that pushing you away was the greatest mistake they could have made. It only deepened the void within them. Being apart from you has given them time to reflect and realize the depth of their feelings. They can no longer live in denial. Their soul longs for your love and the connection you once shared. This journey, though difficult, has been necessary for their growth. It has taught them the value of vulnerability, the importance of being true to oneself, and the need to face fears head-on. They hope you can understand their perspective and find it in your heart to forgive them. What they want more than anything is to rekindle the love you once had, to rebuild the trust that was broken, and to move forward together. You are their one true love, the person who completes them in ways they never thought possible. Their heart, their soul, everything within them cries out for you. This is their truth, and they can no longer keep it hidden. Your partner is in a deep state of reflection about the kind of relationship they want with you. The memories of your time together weigh heavily on their mind, intensifying their longing for you. These memories bring both warmth and sorrow as they recall the laughter and the bond you shared, a bond that once felt unbreakable. This longing for you has become an ache in their heart, a pain that has grown almost unbearable due to the silence and the boundaries between you. The boundaries you set, though meant to be healthy and protective, have left them feeling isolated and distressed. They understand the need for these boundaries but struggle with the emotional distance they create. This has placed them in a difficult position, torn between respecting your space and their deep desire to reconnect. They yearn for the comfort of your presence and the ease of communication you once shared. In their effort to bridge the gap, your partner is contemplating how best to approach you. They wish to reconnect in a friendly, inviting way, perhaps with a touch of flirtation, reflecting their lingering feelings for you and their hope to reignite the spark between you. However, they are not yet ready to fully open up and expose their vulnerability. This hesitation stems from fear and uncertainty, as they are not confident enough to bare their soul entirely. They are cautious, wanting to take small steps toward reconnection without overwhelming either of you. Though this connection is currently distant, it holds the potential to manifest in physical reality. It may take time, as healing and growth are gradual processes, and the universe has its own timeline. Your partner hopes that both of you can find peace in this journey, embracing the present and trusting that everything will unfold as it's meant to. Despite the long separation, your partner's feelings for you have not faded. If anything, their attraction and love for you have deepened. This enduring connection stands as a testament to the bond you share, one that transcends physical presence and continues in their heart. They hold on to this love, believing it is worth waiting for and nurturing, even from a distance. Right now, your partner is focused on healing themselves. They recognize the importance of addressing their codependent tendencies and are working hard to find balance in their life. This healing process involves not only their emotional well-being but also their financial stability. They are striving to build a solid foundation in both areas, understanding that true happiness and a healthy relationship come from a place of balance and self-sufficiency. In this period of self-reflection and growth, your partner is learning valuable lessons about love, boundaries, and personal responsibility. They are committed to becoming a better version of themselves, both for their own sake and with the hope of a future with you. This transformation is not easy, but they are determined to see it through, believing the effort will be worthwhile. As they navigate this challenging path, your partner holds on to the hope that you are also finding your way and working toward your own happiness. They trust that, in time, both of you will be ready to meet again, stronger and more resilient. Until that day arrives, they send you their love and encouragement, hoping you can find peace and joy in your journey, just as they are striving to do. Your person was so engrossed in playing games with you that they didn't foresee the consequences of their actions. Now, they find themselves trapped in a cycle of bad luck, all stemming from the pain they caused you. Every hurt they inflicted is finally catching up with them, and they can't escape the weight of their decisions. They are on the brink of losing control, their emotions becoming too overwhelming to keep inside any longer. The truth they've been hiding is forcing its way to the surface, and they are preparing to confess things they've kept buried. However, the emotions tied to this truth, embarrassment, regret, and sorrow, are drowning them, leaving them vulnerable and exposed. Your intuition was spot on. You knew, deep down, that the pain they caused you would inevitably return to them, either as bad luck or karma. Now that it has come to fruition, you've moved on with a calm, unaffected demeanor, while they are drowning in emotional chaos. Your ability to remain composed and unaffected is pushing them to the edge. They can't stop thinking about you, and the realization of what they've lost is sinking in deeper with each passing moment. They're consumed with misery, wishing they could turn back time and undo the pain they've caused. If given the chance, they would take it all back, but the consequences of their past actions make that impossible. Without you, they feel powerless and heartbroken, realizing just how much you meant to them, even if they didn't admit it at the time. Instead of showing you your worth, they prioritized games, lies, and manipulation over the authentic connection they had with you. Now, they must live with the consequences, haunted by the emptiness that comes from being without you. The memories of how they took you for granted replay in their mind, amplifying their regret and sorrow. They are beginning to understand the magnitude of what they've lost, and this realization is slowly consuming them. Despite all this, you need not worry. Justice is working in your favor. The universe is aligning things for you because of the good you've done and the pure heart you've carried throughout it all. You've remained strong in the face of betrayal and unkindness, and now you're being rewarded with peace, lightness, and contentment. The burdens of the past no longer weigh you down, and instead, you've grown into someone even stronger and braver than before. The challenges you faced weren't in vain, they've shaped you into the resilient and empowered person you are now. While you've grown and evolved, they made the choice to walk away from the connection rather than face challenges with honesty and accountability. At the time, it may have seemed easier for them to avoid the confrontation, but now they see the cost of that decision. The easy path has left them with nothing but regret, guilt, and a lingering emptiness they can't shake. They thought they could avoid the consequences by stepping away, but karma has a way of catching up. Now, they are paying the price for their actions, and it's a burden they can no longer ignore. Meanwhile, you continue to rise. You've found clarity and peace they can only dream of. Your focus is no longer on the hurt they caused you but on building a life filled with joy, strength, and gratitude. The lessons you've learned have made you stronger, and that strength radiates from you, highlighting the stark contrast between where you are and where they find themselves. Their actions have left them isolated, struggling with the truth they tried so hard to avoid. They see now what they've lost, but it might already be too late. Their bad luck and emotional turmoil are reflections of their choices, while your brighter, lighter energy is a testament to your resilience and goodness. You've moved forward, stepping into a future filled with endless possibilities, while they remain stuck in the past. Justice has been served, and balance has been restored. The lessons are clear, actions have consequences, and a pure heart will always prevail. I understand that you wonder how I feel about you, and I cannot deny that these thoughts weigh heavily on my heart. For so long, I've stayed distant, and I'm sure you've questioned why. It's not because I don't care, it's because I've struggled with how others perceive our connection. The judgments, the whispers, and the unspoken opinions of those around us have created an overwhelming sense of pressure. I wish I could say these things don't affect me, but they do. It's been a battle within myself, trying to reconcile how I feel about you with the fear of external criticism. Even in my silence, you've never been far from my thoughts. You are always with me, whether you know it or not. Everywhere I go, your presence lingers. I hear your name in conversations with strangers or see signs that remind me of you. Sometimes it's a song, a phrase, or a fleeting moment that makes me ache for you, but also reminds me of the deep connection we share. It's something rare and profound, transcending ordinary experiences. The universe itself seems to refuse to let me forget you, constantly weaving your essence into my life. I've thought about reaching out to you more times than I can count. The words are always on the tip of my tongue, the message drafted, but I've hesitated. Fear holds me back, fear of rejection, fear of missteps, fear of making things worse instead of better. But I can't deny how much I miss you. I miss the way you make me feel, the way you see me for who I truly am. I regret not telling you sooner just how much you mean to me. You are not just someone I care about, you are my guiding light, my star. Even in the darkest moments, thoughts of you bring me hope and clarity. I'm sorry for how things unfolded between us. If I could turn back time, I would handle things differently. I would choose my words more carefully, my actions more thoughtfully. I would do everything in my power to protect what we have. To me, you are irreplaceable. No one else could ever fill the space you occupy in my heart. I won't let anyone come between us or take your place. You are everything I've ever wanted, and losing you would mean losing a part of myself. I've never felt this way about anyone before, and I know in my heart I never will again. What we share is unique, something that can't be replicated or replaced. That's why it's so painful to be apart from you. Every moment of separation feels like a small wound, a reminder of what I'm missing. The truth is, I am deeply in love with you, but love as powerful as it is doesn't come without its challenges. My fear of taking the next step towards you has kept me paralyzed. I'm afraid of making mistakes, of not being enough, of letting you down. So instead of moving forward, I find myself waiting for you to give me a sign, to initiate the conversation, to let me know that it's safe to take that leap. It's not because I don't want to, it's because I'm scared of ruining what could be. I hope you understand that my hesitation doesn't mean I care any less. If anything, it's because I care so much that I'm terrified of doing the wrong thing. I know I've hurt you. I know my words, actions, and behavior have caused pain, mistrust, and resentment. I see the sadness in your heart, the wounds that haven't yet healed, and I hate that I am the reason for it. If I could take away your pain, I would. If I could undo the damage, I wouldn't hesitate. But I also know that healing takes time, and trust cannot be rebuilt overnight. I want to be the person who helps you heal, not the one who keeps reopening old wounds. I want to show you that I can be better, that I can love you the way you deserve to be loved. This message comes from a place of vulnerability and sincerity, meant for those of us navigating the early or middle phases of the twin flame journey. It's not an easy path, filled with challenges, lessons, and doubts. But it's also filled with growth, love, and connection that defies explanation. Despite everything, I believe we are meant to find our way back to each other. The bond we share is too strong to be broken by fear or doubt. Though I may be waiting for a sign from you, please know that my heart is already yours. It always has been, and always will be. You are my star, my love, my everything. I hate it when you stop calling, texting, or giving me attention. It leaves me feeling unsettled and lost. I know it's unfair for me to say this, especially since I've done the same to you in the past. I didn't realize it before, but now I understand how it feels to be ghosted. It's an uncomfortable, hollow sensation, like a void where connection used to be. I never thought much about the impact my actions had on you, but now that I'm on the receiving end, it's painfully clear. When you're not talking to me, it's as if I'm finally seeing the world through your eyes. I've come to realize how much my behavior must have hurt you, and it's a harsh lesson to learn. It feels like we've switched places, like I'm now in your shoes and you're in mine. I used to be the one pulling away, setting the tone, creating distance. Now, you've become the one who's reserved, self-contained, and focused entirely on your life. You seem so unbothered by my presence, or rather, my absence, and it's unsettling in a way I never expected. Your indifference has thrown me into a state of anxious overthinking. It's ironic, isn't it? The very behavior I once displayed, the silence, the distance, the seeming lack of care, is now being mirrored back at me. And it's painful. It's opened my eyes to the emotional toll that kind of detachment takes on someone who cares. I finally see just how much I must have hurt you. I admit it, I was behaving irrationally. I was acting out of fear and insecurity, and in doing so, I pushed you away. But now, I feel it all. Every moment of silence is like a tug at my heart, reminding me of what I've done and how much I regret it. Please don't think that just because I haven't expressed my feelings clearly, it means I don't care. I've learned the hard way that actions speak louder than words, and my actions haven't always been the best. I want to change that. I want to show you that I'm ready to give more attention, more effort, more love. I don't want to keep making the same mistakes. I'm sorry for everything.